Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Be Joy in the Kitchen. I am Be Joy, and this is my kitchen. And it is summertime here in Phoenix. I know it's summertime everywhere in the country, matter of fact. But it says barbecue to me. What can you barbecue? You can barbecue cauliflower. You can barbecue portobello mushrooms. If you're a meat eater, you can barbecue chicken. You can barbecue tofu. There's lots of barbecue. I am a barbecue sauce addict. So I have a small story about me and my barbecue sauce addiction. When I went off to college, I went to school in Tel Aviv in Israel, and there was no open pit barbecue sauce there, let me tell you. So I was missing it so much, and then I wasn't calling my parents because you didn't really call. You had to write aerograms. This was back in 1970. And so every time a friend or family member or anybody would go to Israel, my parents would say, "You've got to bring BJ a bottle of open pit." So I was like a long lover of open pit barbecue sauce until I started to look at the ingredients much later in life and saw red dye number 47 and blue dye number 4 and all sorts of things that I wasn't eating any longer. So I had to get a new look on barbecue sauce. So what we're going to make today is a date maple syrup barbecue sauce. So I did a couple of things while I was waiting for you. One is I took 6 medjool dates and I soaked them in a half a cup of hot water, and then I went with my, what do you call those, immersion blenders. So we're using that today. So I got that while I was waiting for you. Also, while I was waiting for you, I had diced up a small onion and sauteed it so you didn't have to wait for me. Those are 2 things I did while I was waiting for you to show up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the flame back on here. There we go. Yeah. So I have to tell you, I'm still in love with barbecue sauce. And now I'm in love with a barbecue sauce that's has a little ingredients that are more aligned with what I eat. Oh, also I got my red jacket on today. You're saying, did you get a new jacket? Or do you remember me from the old days when I had this jacket in my old life? Well, yes it is. And why? Because I went to put my pink jacket on and it had just come out of the wash. And I said to myself, so, I'm not going to iron this right now. And my red jacket is clean, so here it is. All right, so I've got the fire on over here. Warm up my pan just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is add 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, fresh ginger. And then to that, I'm also going to add 3 cloves of minced up garlic. Now you can use your mincer, or you can use whatever you like. For myself, I just go bing, 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 bing. I just like the chopping. People have given me all sorts of different tools to use for garlic, for ginger, the grater. But you know what? I just like the chopping part. So I chopped it up really fine. And you're just going to let that dance a little bit for about a minute. You're going to let that dance with the onions. So you got your onions, garlic, and ginger. Well, that's not like the traditional trilogy that they use in Southern cooking. It's just I don't know what trilogy it is, but I like it. It's good, brings a good flavor. So I got that going on over here. I always tell you, I wish you could just be in my kitchen smelling this because it smells so good. There we go. All right, just And I sauteed the onion to begin with in just a little tiny bit of olive oil because I love olive oil. But you can also do like a little steam thing if you want to save your calories and save your fats. Okay. There we are. And to that, I'm going to go ahead and add about a 1/4 cup of tomato paste. Not sauce, but paste. Real thick stuff. That's going to go in next. I don't know if you can hear it sizzle, but it just sizzled. Okay. You want to stir that around. But you want your heat to be low because you don't want to burn it. See what I've got going on in here? I need one of those. I always say this. I need one of those cameras with the lights on it. But I'm just going to stir this around. And I pulled it so you can see what I'm doing. I also pulled it so that it doesn't get... It doesn't scorch at the bottom because it can scorch pretty easily if you're not careful. Especially with my stove. I have a stove. When we moved here 5 years ago, we needed to buy a new stove. I got to buy a new stove. And this one runs hot. Just what you want in Arizona. Stove that runs hot. So anyway, I have to often be very careful about... Believe me, I ruined a couple of pots cooking beans. All right, so you're gonna just get that nice and just a little bit developed here, a minute or so, and then pull this out for a second so y'all can see what else I'm gonna do. The next thing I'm going to do is put in the rest of my wet ingredients. I'm going to put in, let's see, this is 8 ounces of tomato sauce. So you want tomato sauce in there. Just canned tomato sauce is perfectly acceptable, unless you like to make your own like I do. But this one I just opened a can, honestly. Organic tomato sauce. And stir that around just a little bit. And to that, we're also going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. That gives the barbecue sauce its tang. Gives us tang for that. And then you want to sweeten it up a little. I'm going to go with 1/4 of a cup of organic maple syrup. I'm like ready to jump in here. I just love barbecue sauce. What can I tell you? And then we're going to add to that, where's my thing? Here we go. Tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And, you know, if you don't like Dijon, I wouldn't put yellow mustard in, but you can put a grainy mustard in if you'd like. But it gives it, I don't know, it gives it a little bit of a depth. Then we're going to take that and add 2 tablespoons of either tamari. And, you know, in our household, we don't do any soy at all, and that's fermented soy. So I'm going to go ahead with the 2 tablespoons of these coconut amino acids, which will add another sweetness, richness, and a little bit of a tang as well. So I've got 2 tablespoons of that going in here. All right. And last but not least, I'm going to put in my date puree. And I'm telling you, it's super easy to do this date puree. I just soaked those 6 of those medjool dates, and I like to have the soft ones. It's good to have those. So I had 6 medjool dates and in a 1/2 cup of hot water, and I let them soak for about 10 minutes while I was waiting for you. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put in my, then I liquefied them basically. This is going to be one yummy barbecue sauce. I can smell it already. Move over, open pit. Who needs you when you can make your own? And it's really quick. You saw how quick this all came together, right? Got it all came together just really quick like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on a simmer. I'm going to put it on a simmer for about 20 minutes. So I'll see you. For you, it'll look like 20 seconds. But for me, I'll be out here for 20 minutes. All right, see you soon. Hello there, back to Bee Joy in the kitchen. Same Bee Joy, same kitchen. But now what we have is our barbecue sauce. What I did while I was waiting for you is I took it out of the pan so that I could actually really show you kind of a close-up of it without spilling everything all over. So this is it. Pretty simple. I'm just going to have a little bite. Oh, so good. So good. And you can, do the old doctoring to yours if you like. A smoky one, you can use that. I believe there's an all natural liquid smoke you can put in. You can put jalapenos in. You can put chipotles in. Or you can leave it just like this. B-Joy's version of it was a senior moment. Open pit. How could I forget my favorite open pit with red dye number 47 and blue dye number 4? Anyway, so be joy in your own kitchen this coming week and enjoy the yum. Until next time.